Hello everyone. Today I'm going to start with one of the sample paper of class 10th, which is basically associated with language and literature, and it carries code number 184. So if we see, before I start this sample paper, I need to share some things with you, that the total number of questions which we have in this particular question paper, these are 11, and all 11 questions are mandatory for the child to attempt. Moving ahead, if we see the entire question paper, basically it has 3 sections. The first section, it is a reading section, which is basically associated with the comprehension passages. Section B, it is a grammar and a writing skills sections, where you would be having question number 3 and question number 4. Question number 3, basically it is a grammar section question, while the question number 4, it has some questions which are associated with creative writing skills. Moving ahead, if we see the last section, which is a literature section. In this particular sections, there are the 2 books which has been prescribed by CBSE. One is a literature reader, which is First Flight, while the second one is a supplementary reader, which is Footprints Without Feet. If we move ahead, all the questions are mandatory for the student to attempt. But here I would like to suggest you, I must add that any section you can do first. Either you can start with section A, which is a reading section, or you can begin with the last section, which is literature section. Let me explain you section 1, which is a reading section. In this reading section, this is question number 1, which is a comprehension passage. If you see question number 1, this is a comprehension passage which carries 10 marks. Question number 1, which is a comprehension passage, it carries 10 marks, and the word limit of this passage is 400 to 450 words. Yes, the word limit of comprehension 1 is 400 to 450 words. After reading, first the child is supposed to read the passage entirely. Comprehension passage, basically it is a understanding passage. The child needs to write the answers on his or her understanding. No marks will be deducted. The child will not be penalized on the basis of the grammar or the spelling mistakes. If the child writes or attempt any of the grammatical mistake, he would not or she would not be penalized for that. If we see in a question number 1, which is a comprehension passage, the number of questions we can see, these are 8 questions. Question number 1 to question number 8. So the total number of question in a comprehension 1, these are 8. There are the 6 questions which actually carries 1 mark, while the 2 questions carries 2 marks. So this way, this particular question, it is of 10 marks. 6 questions carry 1 mark, while the 2 questions carry 2 marks. Here I would like to add one thing, that both the type of questions you can see here, like some are based on MCQ, while the some questions which are basically the descriptive questions, where the student needs to write the answer in 20 to 40 words. Now, moving ahead, we see this is question number 2 in a reading section, and again this is a comprehension passage. But this passage, it is not a descriptive passage. This is a case-based passage where the data is given to you See, this is not a descriptive passage. This is a case-based passage where the data is given to you and the word limit of question number 2, which is a comprehension here. The word limit is not 400 to 450 word. Here the word limit is 200 to 250 word. But the number of questions which are given here, these are 9. So the total number of questions in a comprehension 2 are 9. You can see. Okay. Even this particular question, it carries 10 marks. I just show you once. See. Question number 2, which is a comprehension passage, it carries 10 marks and the number of questions are 8 here. There are the 7 questions which carries 1 mark. See, question number 1, 2, question number 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These 7 questions carry 1 mark, while the last question, it is of 2 mark. This is a descriptive question where the child needs to elaborate each and every thing. Now, here, this is section B. Section B is purely associated with 2 things. One is a creative writing skills and the second is a grammar section. Question number 3, if you see, there are the 12 questions which are associated with grammar. Here I would like to see that CBSE has added certain topics of grammar which a child supposed to prepare before he appear in a board examination, and these topics are determiners. We have to prepare determiners. Second is subject verb agreement, or we can say subject verb concord. The third one is modal auxiliaries. Yes, these are the helping auxiliaries, we can say. Modal auxiliaries, basically there are the 2 type of auxiliaries verb. One is a primary auxiliaries and the another one is modal auxiliaries. So we have in our curriculum in grade 10 for language and literature, this is modal auxiliary. And the 4th topic which we have to prepare in a grammar section, which is a reported speech. And in a reported speech, if you see the question number 6, it is based on reported speech, or we can say direct indirect narration. Here the child needs to prepare the simple sentences, statements, command, request. Command and request both come under imperative sentences, and the third type of a sentence which a child is supposed to prepare in a reported speech section, which is interrogative sentences. So in a grammar section, if you see, the number of questions which are given here are 12, and out of 12 a child can attempt any 10. So here the internal choices are given. In question number 1 and 2, which are under reading section, no internal choice is given. But in a question number 3, which is purely based on grammar, here there are the 12 questions, and out of 12, the child is supposed to do only 10. So here the internal choice is given. So any 10 question the child can attempt. See, question number 12. So there are number of questions are 12. Okay, moving ahead, even in this section B, grammar I have already shared with you that the number of questions are 12, while when we come to the writing section, creative writing sections, here again you will be getting internal choice. Question number 4, if you see, there are the 2 parts, question number 4A and question number 4B. See, question number 4A, it is actually a letter, a formal letter writing. Question number 4 is a question which is associated with the formal letter writing. Similarly, question number 4B, It is also a formal letter writing. Question number 4B, it is an editorial letter. Okay, so there are the certain type of a letters which a child supposed to prepare. Like in a formal letter writing, the types of letter which are prescribed by CBSE, these are editorial letters. One of the question, if you see question number 4B, it is an editorial letter, or we can say letter to editor. The second type of letter which comes under formal letter, it is a placing order. Placing order. The third one, complaint letter. Complaint letter against the product, or complaint letter against the services. So both the type of letters we have to prepare, which comes under complaint letter. Moving ahead, the fourth type of a letter, which is enquiry letter. Further, it is divided into two parts: enquiry for accommodation and enquiry letter for the courses. It might be the short-term course or a long-term course. So question number 4, where the internal choice is given for in the form of 4A and 4B, and this is a letter writing, the child can attempt any question. When we come to question number 5, further you can see, even in a question number 5, the internal choice is given in the form of question number 5A and question number, I just show you once, question number 5B. Question number 5A and 5B, these are actually analytical paragraph. The child needs to read the data, the information which is given in the particular question, and after that he's supposed to write analytical paragraph. So any of the question the child can attempt either from 5A or 5B. So in a writing section, all in all, we have two questions. Question number 4, it is a letter writing question, while question number 5, it is an analytical paragraph. See, look at this. Now we come to the last section of the sample paper, which is a literature section. Literature section, actually it is based on both the books. The first book, which is a First Flight. First Flight, it is our literature reader, and here we have prose, we have drama, and we have poetry. While the second book, which is Footprints Without Feet, are supplementary reader. So the questions, the RTC, reference to context, SAQ and LAQ, are given from both the books. Question number 6. What is this? This is reference to context. Here, in the form of question number 6A, if you see, you will find an extract. An extract which is given from the literature reader. It can be given from prose or it can be given from drama. See, and here further the internal choice is given in the form of A and in the form of B. Just see once. So question number 6A, it is an RTC which is given from your literature reader, and this particular question carries how much marks? This is 5 marks. It carries 5 marks. And the number of questions, see, it is given from the first book, which is a First Flight. So it carries 5 marks, while the number of questions which this RTC carries, these are 4. These are 4, but it carries 5 marks. So there are the 3 questions. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. and question number 4. So there are the 3 questions which carries 1 mark, while there is only 1 question which carries 2 marks. So here you can see both the type of question, MCQs and subjectives. See, this is question number 1 where you have to show the comparison. It is of 2 marks, while question number 2, it carries 1. Question number 3 and 4 also carry 1 mark. Now here you can see the internal choice in the form of RTC, reference to context. See, this is again one of the extract which is given from your book First Flight, and this particular extract, it is given from one of the play, which is the book that saved the earth. Even this question carries 5 marks, and the number of questions are both multiple choice questions and subjective question. So the number of questions here again are 5. There are the 3 questions which carries 1 mark, while there is only 1 question which carries 2. You can see question number 2 here, it carries 2 marks, while question number 1, 3 and 4, it carries 1. Now, when we come to question number 7, further it is an RTC, reference to context, and it comes from your literature reader First Flight. But here RTC is not given from prose and drama. This time RTC has been taken from poetry, because I have already told you that your literature reader, it has drama, prose and poetry. So there would be 2 RTC in the form of question number 6 and question number 7. Question number 6, it would be purely based on drama and prose, while question number 7, this is an extract, or you can say reference to context, but here you will get from poetry. So further there is an internal choice given in the form of question number 7A and question number 7B. So you can attempt any question, and this RTC further, it is of 5 marks, you can see. And the number of questions which we have in a question number 5A and 5B, see, these are 4. Similarly, there are the 3 questions which carries 1 marks, and there is only 1 question which carry 2. See, look, the first RTC in question number 7, it is given from the poem, The Ball Poem, and the second RTC 7B, it has been given from the poem How to Tell Wild Animals, and it carries 5 marks. Further, both the type of questions you can find here, multiple choice questions. Even there are the certain questions which are based on poetic devices, based on vocabulary. So variety of questions you can find in RTC in question number 7 and question number 6. See, this is question number 8, and in question number 8 all the questions, the number of questions are 5, and these are SAQ. SAQ means short answer questions. Further you will be getting the internal choice here, the number of questions which are given from literature reader. Here you can find the question from prose, from poetry as well as from drama, but out of 5 you can do only 4 questions. Here each question carries 3 marks, and the word limit, it is 40 to 50 words. While writing the questions, we always adhere the word limit. We are not supposed to exceed the word limit. So the word limit here 40 to 50 word, while the marks which each and every question carries, it is 3. So here in a question number 8, out of 5, we supposed to do only 4 question. So this question carries 12 marks, because if you are doing 4 question and each question carries 3 marks, so it would be of 12 marks. The question number 1, basically this is from your literature reader from the chapter Miss Bill the Otter. The second question, so it has been taken from the prose. The second question which you see, it has been taken from the poem Amanda. The third question, further it is from prose, which is Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. And question number 4, this is from poetry, while the last question, it has been taken from drama, The Proposal. Question number 9, further this is short answer question with an internal choice. Out of 3, the child must attempt only 2 questions. And this particular question 9, it is associated with literature, with supplementary reader, it is associated with supplementary reader, which is Footprints Without Feet. Here the number of questions are 3 with an internal choice. Each question carries 3 marks. You can see. So question number carries 6 marks. The child can attempt any 2 questions out of 3. Question number 10, it is long answer question where the word limit is 100 to 120 words. Here, further you can see the internal choice. These questions, it can be associated with prose or from poetry. Basically, question number 10 and question number 11, these questions would be competency based question. These are open-ended questions. Sometimes these are open-ended questions where the child supposed to show the comparison and the contrast between 2 chapters or more than 2 chapters. And here we have to adhere the word limit. See, question number 10. Here the first question 10A, it has been taken from prose. Here the child has to write about the baker from Goa, Coorg, and the tea from Assam. While in question number 10B, the child has to depict the theme of the poem, the 2 poems, the trees and a tiger in the zoo. Moving ahead, this is last question, which is question number 11. Again, it is a long answer question with the word limit 100 to 120 words. It carries 6 marks with an internal choice. These 2 questions are from supplementary reader, Footprints Without Feet. See. So this way, the number of questions which are given in sample paper of English language and literature for grade 10, there are the 11 questions. The section A, it is the only question where no internal choice is given. The child is supposed to attempt all the questions. The number of questions in a passage 1 are 8, while the number of questions in passage 2 are 9. So all the questions are mandatory to attempt. All the questions are mandatory to attempt. And the first question, it is a descriptive question, while question number 2, it is a case-based passage. Question number 3, it is a grammar section where the internal choices are given. Out of 12, the child is supposed to do only 10. And similarly, internal choices is given in a writing section as well as in a literature section. See. And this way, within a given time limit, we need to attempt all 11 questions. Thank you.